As Africa leadership, we must know where we want to go and what we want to achieve. There must be political will across the board to achieve that objective. The AU, which is there today, is there because the founding fathers had political will to achieve the unification of Africa into one body. Going forward, it is my view that we need to give more attention to intra-trade, intra-development within Africa before we look outside. Once we have done that, I believe we will have done our best to average our economies in terms of development.
Revolutionary greetings. You inspire the youth and give us hope for the future, and you stand for the truth, just like Kwame Nkrumah. And it's because of you Africa has a dream like Martin Luther. Viva President Mnangagwa, Comrade Aluta Continua, together to the end, cause you let the youth take a stand against neo-colonial change and against the spread of AIDS. The future is in our hands, so it's time to break the chains, decolonize our brains before the rest of Africa bends. The West are not friends, lest we forget what they did to Libya. Westminster sponsored media triggering xenophobia. Africa to Africa, why fight? Let's unite is a song I sing. Cause colonial kings and queens behind evil schemes and means like the Arab Springs and de facto regimes are excogitating ways to turn us into slaves to oppressive rulers. So down with these evil doers and to some of our own that have turned into Judas for the love of money. I'm a son of the soul and I'll die for my country. Gallantly, let's guard jealously our democracy. By any means necessary, no African territory should be a colony. My fellow comrades, follow me in the journey towards African unity, posterity, an empowered society and a growing economy. The only way we go live our future through level parallels is stop looking at our history through the devil's spectacles and condemn these homosexuals for their unethical quest and diabolical acts that are morally indefensible and intellectually grotesque. Reality check, we don't need the West to give us a map on the orientation of our wealth or a future we want for ourselves. We can do it ourselves, even with the devilish burdens they illegally bestow upon us, and to the hellish monsters that are still singing the racist chorus. Your hocus pocus, propaganda caucus who never stop us from being conquerors. Finally gained our focus, no longer taking orders, those days are over. You have lost the battle for the hearts and minds of ordinary Africans who are now truly congruent that Africa is for Africans and fully cognizant of your arrogant shenanigans. Your colonial intelligence hidden in your impalpable innocence is evidenced by your politic pragmatism. You have lost the battle for the trust of the women and youth who you've deceived through economic Pentecostalism. Welcome to realism. Anti-colonialism activism is labeled extremism, but I refuse to listen to the falsism of imperialism, criticism, and increase the ism with explicit symbolism. This is Pan-Africanism in lyricism, exorcism, fully geared with patriotism, casting out demons of racism and terrorism that emanate from the ugly kingdom. Freedom comes from wisdom, free from the mental prison, inspired by ED. The facts are there to see what an African country should be. So it's now time to uproot the puppet tree and shape our destiny. Opposition has to exist for ruling parties to apply standard. But if the opposition is a Western mouthpiece, then that becomes a hazard. I'm ready to behead the beast, I ain't a coward. Revolutionary, armored and empowered, moving forward, backward never. Artistic splendor, patriotic member, unapologetic endeavor to further the Pan-African agenda. Forever the blacks remember the black defender, sending hate and slander back to sender. We must always remember to never ever surrender our cultural and historical principles, cause it's unacceptable how these tyrannical mineral criminals use evangelical ironical to make us susceptible to their radical colonial biblical theoretical classical lyrical colossal waging war against the international hypocritical diplomatical protocol. I'm a ZANU PF soldier, educating the young and the older about the broader parameters of the new social political order. There's no future without our land, so we should stand ready to defend against the underhand machinists of imperialists. Cause if we submit to these colonialists, we're back on our knees to these superiorists. No freedom, no peace, trapped in slavery. This is a special dedication to the legendaries, for emancipating us mentally from the mission of the missionaries to bring us misery infinity, mind, body and soul in trinity. 25 May 1963, free from captivity, finally in unity, extensively bonded, faithfully in solidarity. Long live our sovereignty. Troublesome the poet, I'm here to candidly fight puppetry aggressively, physically using poetry fearlessly, simultaneously with philanthropy selflessly, to uplift humanity spiritually, mentally, on the mic, verbally, gradually, factually, fighting treachery perpetually. Your Excellency, I'll forever cherish your revolutionary legacy, cause you made me see that we are what we are, masters of our own destiny. Gone but unforgotten, unbroken, strong and outspoken Pan-Africans, revolutionary legends, par excellence. I can feel your renaissance, the chosen one. Long live ED, long live the legends. Thank you for listening.